last month, during Parshat Yitro, I asked you, what will the Israelites be leaving behind when they leave Israel to go into the wilderness on their way to the Promised Land? It was sort of a strange question when we think about liberating slaves from slavery, but we came up with quite a list.
Busy writing.
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I took a
that's
picture of
good.
it. I'm very organized. 2 weeks ago, during Parshat Pekudei, we discussed Moses' blessing for the children of Israel and how it was so rare that Moses was giving the Israelites a blessing, and how it came in the guise of the last verse in Psalm 90, which was the blessing the work of their hands, blessing the work of the hands of the Israelites after they finished creating the Mishkan, the tabernacle. God had given the Israelites good, simple, straightforward work to do after the overwhelm of the revelation and the mistake of the golden calf. So this Shabbat, in Parshat Tzav, in the Mishkan, in the tabernacle, it's now created, and the Israelites and the priests are going about the holy work that it was created for. We talked about how, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your preferences for fiction or nonfiction, the Torah isn't always a narrative. Sometimes it is a census, sometimes it is a list, sometimes it is a financial statement. So at this point, Aaron and his sons have begun the sacrificial rites. There are burnt offerings, there are grain offerings, there are sin offerings, guilt offerings, and peace offerings. All of these are voluntary sacrifices that the Israelites can choose to bring to the Mishkan and then later to the temple when they are feeling that that is the right thing to do. So I talked also 2 weeks ago about how we in this congregation are at the beginning of our own wilderness experience as we transition from our 30 years in this building to our exciting new future that has yet to be realized. So I'd like to repeat the exercise that we did 2 months ago, in which I asked you, what will we be leaving behind? When we spoke about in our congregational meeting that we would be moving, it was very important to Cheryl, to me, to the board, that we make sure to give our congregation moments to grieve and moments to heal. And I'd like to consider this one of those times. So without further ado, let's do some of this hard work together. What will we be leaving behind? Memories. Okay. Memories. Okay, what else?
Familiar surroundings.
Familiar surroundings. Familiar surroundings. All right, you guys can just shout them out. You guys cannot just shout them out. Okay. Parking, thank you. Okay, we will leave behind parking. Go ahead, Julie.
The leaves. I love the wall iconography.
Oh, that front.
You know,
Oh yeah,
leaves.
we're probably gonna take that with us. But I'll put our art on our walls.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that encompass what you mean, or no? Julie just wants me to write down the leaves. Okay.
You mean the tree?
The leaves.
The
Tree and the
The tree with the
oh,
memory
the tree
line.
with the names on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ceramic tree.
We're not leaving that.
Misery of
Wait,
slavery.
are you talking about the
She's-
Eitz Chaim with the memory, or you're talking about the memory? Yeah, with everyone's name on them. Yeah. For the yurtzeit tree. What is it?
It's a tree of
Tree of
Tree of
life.
life. They're both tree of life. That's not. That doesn't.
That's not, yeah.
It does not.
It's the one on
say
the
anything.
tiles on the entranceway.
The wooden
That's-
one versus the ceramic one.
The
That also
wooden
doesn't
one.
help me. All right, but I know what she's talking about now. Go ahead, Lucy, thank you for raising your hand.
The misery of
building and the
slavery.
sanctuary
somebody else.
here,
Sorry, one more time, Lucy?
the building
The building.
and the sanctuary that we have here.
The building and this sanctuary. This sanctuary. Our home. Bernie, what were you saying?
The misery of slavery.
Yes.
He went in a different direction.
I'd love to play that out with you at some point, Bernie.
I think that's
Okay.
Rabbi Shira who was president.
Okay, I'll take that. Go ahead, Jill.
The familiarity of
Yeah.
everything else.
That's what we just.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did we have that word?
Familiar surroundings. Brian.
No.
Our investment. Over the years, lots of us have put time and effort into making this place better and cleaner and prettier. and-
Our investment. I like that. I saw another hand. Go ahead,
The
Cohen.
routine.
The routine. Okay.
I don't know if the doors are very.
Our routine.
Yeah.
The learning.
Maintenance of an old building that's falling apart.
Someone on board would like us to know. I'll put another maintenance.
Maintenance.
Maintenance. I'm putting that over there. And then, Ron, did you say something?
The learning that we.
The learning. Okay, yeah. I mean, you're taking me, so I still got a lot of learning in me. Go ahead again, Lucy.
The current address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Current address. True. Why am I putting it over there?
I don't know.
Address.
I got one. I'll wait till she's ready.
Okay.
Did we say the ark?
I was gonna say all the.
The arc. All right. Familiar surroundings. Arc. You can stand so organized. Like I bragged before. Go ahead, Mary.
Our autonomy.
Our autonomy.
That's good.
Mhm.
We have to share.
You know, that is an interesting one though, because we've always been renters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you. I feel you. I know where you're going.
But not within this space.
Yeah.
It's us just by ourselves.
No, I get it. I get it. Go ahead. Deacon.
Fi- Finding things that have been missing for years.
Sort of serendipitous uncoverings of.
Say it any way you
Yeah, all
like.
right. Oh gosh, I don't know how to say pleasant surprises.
There you go.
I think of our own home.
That's better than dead bodies.
Pleasant surprises.
Found us.
Okay. Go ahead, Bernie.
Or obedience to the Pharaoh.
Or obedience to the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
You are really on a track here, Bernie. Yeah. Who's the Pharaoh in this metaphor?
The honor of the building.
The Egyptians.
God, Dylan.
He's still talking.
Okay, all right. He's talking about the actual Bible. Okay, go ahead, Linda.
I'm not sure how to put this, but all the things that we have to worry about with the structure.
Yeah, that was, I think, maintenance worries. I'll just add that. That's what Adam said. I think that's correct. Go ahead, Helen.
It's sort of like, which way is up and where is the
Yeah.
right? And, you know, we won't know where things belong yet.
Yeah.
The neighborhood.
The neighborhood.
Yeah, the
Well,
neighborhood.
you just remember what we wrote 2 months ago. That's the amazing thing about you. Neighborhood. No? You didn't remember it from last time?
What last time?
Neighborhood. All right, that was
The,
well played.
Yeah, but neighborhood outside as well as
No, I know.
in the building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You're just saying, yeah, forget. Okay.
yeah.
Jira.
I think we'll be leaving behind a bunch of unrealized dreams and hopes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, unrealized hopes and dreams. Unrealized hopes and dreams. I wonder if anybody can read this other than me.
And there's
Adam?
just a coolness factor of who our landlord is.
Mm, so cool. All right.
We're not so
All
cool
right,
right now.
coolness factor.
Coolness.
I don't even believe it. I've never
Yeah.
seen it. All right, go ahead, Fred.
Coffee house?
Coffee house,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
that's
already
been,
closed down.
that's been gone for so
We
long.
left that a while ago.
Yeah.
That's like us. Bernie?
This side.
The need to pay the rent that's being charged here.
Yeah, yeah. rent.
Well, we are leaving.
Oh,
Financial.
Okay, this rent.
Excessive.
Yeah, a lot more.
Okay, anybody else? Linda?
We are leaving behind some financial worries.
Alright, okay. Maintenance and financial, well, that's certainly the goal.
We're leaving behind the Russians.
The Ukrainian.
What did you say?
OCCS.
Both of them.
Yes.
OCCS. I will miss Nina. They're the only ones I get to hang out with during the day.
Yeah.
Anybody go, oh, you look like you were raising your hand, but you're just scratching your eye. I've seen that move before. Anybody else? Any from the kids who actually grew up here, telling off boys? What will we be leaving behind?
Classrooms.
Classroom, okay, that's very literal, okay.
History.
History, all right, that's what like memories.
Do you wanna ask?
Oh, anybody online? What are we gonna be leaving behind, friends? What will we be leaving behind, friends?
Behind friends?
No, the friends online. Susan and Harold, you wanna say anything? Sophia, go ahead. Oh, bad energy. So she's talking about her own life. Yeah. She wants to leave behind bad energy. Yes, I'm with you. We should definitely do that, Sophia. Mom, what will we be leaving behind?
She's on mute.
But she's
No, she's
speaking.
not. She's shaking her head.
Yeah.
You're shaking. Okay, so we've got everything.
Leaving the Russians behind.
Yeah, we got that. The Ukrainians, thank you. Okay, so Lauren, go ahead. Lauren, go ahead.
Your office, your whole administration section.
Oh, my personal office. My office, thank you.
Purple.
We have purple. Purple
Why
goes
do
with
we
me
not
wherever I
see
go.
something now?
Susan, go ahead. The Bima, yes. Go- The Bima.
All the activities,
Wait, okay, Susan Fetterman, what are you saying?
all the activities we shared in the parking lot.
The parking lot. And parking lot. Mhm.
But it's,
Okay, and Randy, you had a hand up?
The BMO was what I wanted.
Oh, the Bima, okay, yes, the Bima. All right, I think we got everything. Okay, so,
Can I say one more?
oh, absolutely.
I hope we don't leave behind any members.
Oh,
very good.
Lucy hopes we will not leave behind
Sophia
any
has-
members.
Sophia
I
has-
hope that too.
Yeah.
Sophia, you got another thing to say, or you just, your hand is up from before?
I apologize. I didn't want to make it about me. I got kind of lost what you were talking
Oh,
about.
no, don't worry, Sophia. I very much wish that you leave the bad energy behind you, and I think that we all wish that for you, and we're glad that you're doing well and you're sharing with us in Shabbat from Zoom. Bernie,
Ukrainians really living?
what?
Are the Ukrainians really leaving?
Well, I do not have the, yes, they are. We are not, so we're gonna be leaving behind some of the good that we did by allowing them or inviting them into our space. So what I wanna do, because we can't, have an entire conversation about this, I want to just share with you some of the things that you listed when we were talking about the Israelites leaving slavery. Okay, which we are not doing, we're not leaving slavery, we're leaving a building that we can't afford to pay the rent for anymore, right? But the Israelites were leaving slavery, and this was what they were leaving behind: certainty. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Stability. Predictability. Right? Safety. And then I remember David Freidlin said, the devil you know,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about slavery specifically. Security, they were leaving their security, knowing where it was: food, water, housing, right? They were leaving behind ease, right? The ease of being slaves. Inertia, familiarity, community, knowing where their community was, right? Knowing where everything was gonna be. Like you were saying, this instability of not knowing exactly where things are gonna be, right? Not rocking the boat. The Israelites were missing clear rules, social expectations, structure. They didn't have any tough decisions. Their possessions, their property. And then someone said, I think Cohen, you said individuality. So, you know, not all of these things are things that we can relate to, but the certainty and the stability and the predictability and the sense of safety we can. Fred, you wanna wrap us up?
How about beatings that they were getting from the older students?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a chance to make that list, Fred. Yes, I don't know what kind of beatings we're receiving, but I'm sure we could definitely pull that metaphor out. The reason I wanted to do this exercise is because whenever we go through major life transitions or major institutional transitions, we have the tendency to feel like we're alone in the universe, that this is the only time anything like this has ever happened to anyone. And I actually reached out to a rabbi at the URJ to have a conversation about how I could best support the congregation during this transition. And she said, "You are not alone. You and your congregation are not alone. I receive one of these calls every week. And it's going to become more frequent than that. That's just where we are. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a huge change." And she told me, Rabbi Winnick told me, that many, many of these synagogues have figured out how to share space with other organizations. And there are many, many different ways to solve the problems that we are having. So let us pray that not only will we get through this uncomfortable transition period, but that we can hold our faith together as a community, that we will get through the wilderness and to the promised land. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.